Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple platformer from scratch in Scratch in under 10 minutes. So quickly, before I start, can I ask you guys to drop some video ideas for next week in the comments? So I'm going to quickly grab some coffee and then we're going to jump right on in. Before we start this video, I want to say I'm trying to surpass the Scratch team in the amount of subscribers we both have. And if you look, we're quite far away, so you guys know what to do. Alright, to start on our platformer, I'm going to have to give you an idea on what we need. We need 4 things. So the 4 things we need, actually some of these you might already know, but the 4 things we need are the player, the level, the code, probably the most important, and the background. So first, I'm going to actually add the level and the player before we get to the other stuff. So you can follow my idea, but I'm just going to use a simple rounded square, which you can do by going into the square tool, holding shift to make a perfect square, and then clicking the curvy line tool and trying to get equal sides right here. And then once you have these all, select the corner ones that came with it and just simply delete them all. And it should give you something like that. It looks pretty good for what we need. So I'm going to shrink it down to the size we need. That's a good idea. That's a good size. And then fill it with a nice color. In this case, I'm just going to use black. Boom, that's all you need to make a good player. Now, if you want, I've seen this on Scratch other times, if you hold shift, you can then make a circle inside. And then you can set it to white. It kind of looks like it has an eye. So that's pretty cool. I just realized I did this in the level one, so I'm just going to rename this player and switch them. Alright, so now we're going to go into the level and make the quick level. In this case, I'm just going to use a really long piece like this with then a piece up here. If you guys want, you can duplicate this, and then I'm going to switch this up and change it to maybe put a wall right there, and one right here, and then another one right here. Yeah. So we're going to have 2 of them. So we're going to have costume 1 and costume 2. Filling these all in with black, I just realized we need a backdrop. So for the backdrop, it's easier to just use one of the Scratch pre-made ones. And for this one, actually some of these are new. I'm thinking of using Boardwalk. So let's use Boardwalk. And now that I see this, I'm gonna actually if you go into your code, in the level, this doesn't really count as the main code, but it actually it increases what your game looks like by tons of amounts. So you're gonna drag a when flag clicked and a set blank effect. So you're gonna go on down to the bottom and click ghost and set it to 100. Actually, I misspoke, not 100. That's going to make it disappear. 50 is good. So now it's pretty much disappeared. Alright, time for the final part, and you're almost done. The code. So this is the code we need. As you can, I'm going to stop it so that way it's a bit easier to see. As you can tell, this area is for when it's touching the level. This is going to make it the difference between the if-else block right here. Wait, hold on. The difference between this if-else block is that if it's touching the level that you should have named level and player, it's going to be slower than if you didn't, meaning it's gonna look a bit better. In it, as well as that, then the left arrow and the right arrow do different things. See, if you click on the left arrow, you're gonna go this way. And if you click on the right arrow, you're gonna go this way. So different ways for different arrows. So this is the easy part. You just pretty much just copy down what I have here. You can't really personalize it too much. This is just basic movement. It may look intimidating if you're a beginner, but it's really not. So as you can tell, this all starts with the when flag clicked block. We set our variable named height to 0 because that's how high the player is. The player is on the ground, so it's 0. Then we start a forever loop because we want to see if the player is hitting the spacebar for the entire time the game is running. That's a pretty important rule. And so because of that, if the spacebar is pressed, then we're going to set jump to 10. Jump is this one. So change Y by height means it'll change it up by 1 when it's in play. Or it'll change it up by however much. I have 10 here, but you can just mess around with these values. Then set height to height. Now that we're a little bit up, we want it to slow down. And so now it's gonna slowly go up and then back down until it's touching the level. And then once it's touching the level, it may be stuck in the level, which is why we then have this other block named set over here. Oh, that's not the right spot. That's this one. This one checks if it's touching the level, and if it's not, it goes back down until it's touching the level, and then it makes it just touching the level, just by a little bit. That way we can make the second jump. And just the way these all work out, it doesn't give you unlimited jumps, which is pretty good for this game. So if you did end up making the second level, this is how you're going to turn it into a both level. So when flag clicked, if touching edge, you're also going to want to put this in a forever block. Set X is going to set the player to the maximum left side there is. And then we're also going to need to switch the level. And so now you have a working platformer. Here, I'm going to put this in the full screen mode. If we go this way, when we touch this one, no, wait, what happened? I know exactly what happened. We forged one, next costume, and put that into level. So this is just spazzing out because we're stuck there. But as you can see now, now we're in the next level. And we can jump up on these next platforms and have our fun. It does glitch a little bit, but that's just simply the way this code works. You can tune it to make it not glitch out some points, but realistically, it isn't that bad. Alright, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, subscribe. You probably liked it. And it probably did really help you. So as always, subscribe and follow me on Scratch. Bye!